Them bad boys. You don't know. Them bad boys. Yo, what's good, people? So today, we're gonna be having a look at the Metcon 7s. I was kind of luckily, I don't believe in luck, but kind of luckily, invited down to do the night Metcon 7 shoot for Metcon 7s by Whit on Monday. So I got to have a little peek at the, well, I got to try on the actual Metcon 7s. They're actually not even out yet. Well, they came out today to order. Today is the 3rd of July, and I've got these bad boys here. So, trained today in Wigan, put them on. I usually wear 9.5 in all Metcons, any kind of other shoes as well. And yeah, these are a bit different to what we've been looking at in the past few years with Metcons. I feel like the 3 and the 4s look pretty similar, and the 5s were a big change with the whole kind of outsole of the shoe. I wasn't really a fan of the 5s. They were quite unbreathable. So like once you go into a sweat workout, your feet just felt very heavy and like sweating when you took the shoes off. The 6s had a massive improvement on breathability. You could even see through the shoe and like see the pattern of your sock on the 6s, and then these are quite similar. But I've not done that many sweaty workouts in this. I've only done one workout in it. Obviously for the shoe, we were shooting for like 3 hours. On and off, but I had to wear, it's quite funny. I actually had to wear a size 8.5 for the shoe, so I didn't actually get a feel for the shoes, and now I've got the actual size. Came through this morning, I can like kind of give a little feedback on how they are. So I'm just going to look at the features of it. I'll talk you through the features. On the shoe, you've got like little 001, like little codes for like 1 up to fingers, so up to like 0.9, I think, so far that I can see. So 1 is a sole plate. That's kind of a more sturdy sole compared to the 6s. I've actually got 6s. So these are the 6s, kind of more of a sturdy kind of plate, kind of similar to like you have Olympic weightlifting shoes. Very hard plastic compared to a rubbery sole plastic on the 6s, which you mostly get. Where's number 2? Number 2 difference is the other Nike React kind of, yeah, next sole is the Nike React, so it's more beneficial for running. I've not really run in these too much. I ran in a lot of my Reebok. I've run a lot in my Nike Reacts, and they're pretty comfy, so looking forward to do some running workouts in these, because I do tend to end up using running trainers or the Nike React. So different codes you can see there. Number 3 is this. So obviously the back heel for when you're doing handstand push-ups. Obviously with the first few Metcons, the kind of heel plate would like disintegrate in a way. Not even disintegrate, but just wear off from all the abrasion from handstand push-ups. Next number is, where's the 5? One, 2. Number 4, actually, I didn't even look at number 4. So number 4 is this outsole. So when you're doing rope climbs, quite a harder plastic compared to your usual, harder rubber to your usual 6s. Same on the other side, so you kind of got this very perforated inside and outside when you do rope climbs. So obviously when you're doing a lot of rope climbs, you don't want your shoes falling apart. Next is number 5. I can't even see number 5. So there'll be a number 5 somewhere, but I can't find it. So we're going to number 6. Number 6 is this kind of material that's kind of used for most of the shoe, or for a little bit of the shoe, for the kind of like patch of the Metcon. Before we had this little bad boy at the back, now we have this on the inside of your ankle. Number 7 is the insole, could you say that? The inner of the shoe. So a new material on that. Yeah, a lot different to this one. Feels like a little bit more breathable and possibly a bit more wear and tear. And then we have number 8, which is the lock laces. So once you tie your laces, do your knots, whatever, when you're doing doublings or rope climbs, they get stuck in there nice and tight. Be pretty useful for people that have the shoes come undone a lot. And then number 9 is the upper. So similar to how the upper on the 8s, quite breathable, bit more firm of an upper compared to the 7s. For the numbers, I think these do wear off, so like, yeah, that's coming off a little bit, as I think, yeah, they're just stickers, so that number has actually come off. So that was 2 on there, it's come off. They do come off after a bit. So the first shoe is going to have the numbers, and after the first kind of colorway, they're going to abandon the numbers and then leave it so like you have a plain shoe with no numbers on it and stuff like that. So when comparing these two together, so the latest to the most recent, these are a lot more sturdier, so a thicker sole and also a thinner. Look on mine. It's upstairs. Where? I don't use it. So it's a thinner insole compared, like, kind of what you have in a lot of the Nike runners, whereas the older Metcons have got a nice thick sole because the actual sole plate of the shoe is quite thin when compared to the 7s. So a lot thinner insole on the 7s compared to the 6s, and it's just literally just a little sole. So for me personally, the biggest difference I found in the 6s to the 7s was a lot sturdier actual sole of the shoe. It does look probably say it's slightly wider on the sole plates. So the sole of the shoe. But other than that, just all around sturdier shoe. I recently kind of used my Metcons more for lifting compared to my weightlifting shoes, and these are pretty ideal for a bit of everything, rope climbs, box jumps, and they're not as heavy as you think they would be. Probably slightly heavier, but that kind of is due to this kind of thicker sole plate of the actual shoe. So for me, these are pretty ideal, they're pretty good, and they're a nice change to what the Metcons have looked like. Obviously, as humans, we don't like change, and then when I first saw these, I was like, I'm not a big fan of these, but putting them on, trying them on, like having them around me a bit more, made me be like, I actually quite like these in the colorways. Some of them I'm a fan of, some of them I'm not so much a fan of, but it's just different to what we're used to. So that's been my review on the 7s. I'd like to know what people think about the 7s compared to the 6s. Would you prefer the 7s, or do you want to go back to the 6s? But me personally, I'm liking these.